Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is NaNoWriMo, the last Sunday of NaNoWriMo. So you know I am here and ready to go. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and I'm working on my hot mess of a suburban fantasy. With me today, as always, or as usual, I have Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hi to the nice people.
Hello, nice people. And Sako, you're muted.
Yeah, figures.
So, go ahead and introduce them yourselves and tell people what you're working on.
Since Sako's talking to someone else, or more accurately, someone else is talking to Sako, I'll go ahead. Hi, I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. Big surprise there. It only says it right there. And during the past week, I managed to finish with copying all the notes from my editor. And now, before NaNoWriMo has ended, I have started revising my second novel.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, I've got a whole lot to go again, but I'm getting it done.
Okay.
I gave up on Nano. However, I feel pretty good about the 7K that I wrote in the first part of the month. So that's still 7,000 words that I probably wouldn't have written anyway. So today I spent most of the day working on my Skillshare class, filming and testing, lots of testing. I learned how to control my camera from my computer.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy.
What kind of camera?
Devin! Hi, Devin.
Yeah, I want to learn more about controlling the camera from the computer, but that's a different live stream. So,
popping over to the comments, Andy is with us. Hello. He's working on a short story, but he's pretty unfocused. He lost his kitty Adia today. I'm so sorry.
Sorry to hear that. My condolences.
Yeah. Eva is here. Hello and welcome. Sarah is in the middle of something, but liking and lurking. We always like lurkers. So hello. And Devin is here. Hello. So, I had the nap attack today.
I will take my nap after the stream.
I try not to nap that late. I think 7 p.m. is my cutoff, but I got the day job thing, so.
I have to go back to the day job tomorrow. I'm not happy.
I'm so sorry. So, and I think we're all with Eva with so sorry for your loss, Andy. So,
yeah.
My punk has only been a little bit of a punk, and I don't know if you can see past me. You can't from here.
Oh.
There is a brass gate that comes up just further than Catticus can stretch up that we're hoping will mean that we don't have to lock him away from the tree and he won't be chewing on lights. Like, yeah, I can put up non-breakable ornaments, but I can't not have lights. Speaking of, he just heard me talking about it. He hasn't touched it since last night as far as, well, while I've been conscious and here. No, baby. No trees for kitties. Because, yeah, it's the chewing on the lights that's really the problem.
But it's like he didn't care when you just put up the brass railing, but now that you've mentioned that it was there for him, now it's like a challenge. I must.
Oh no! He tested it last night and gave up. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's not a jumper.
He is, but there's nowhere good to land. So we're hoping with it in all the way up next to the tree that, I mean, he batted through there, so we'll definitely have to be wary of what goes there. I moved the wood to the other side, so he usually uses that as a jumping point onto the bookshelf on the other side. But right now there's just the ceramic vase. I don't know. You can see that tiny green vase right there. So he can definitely reach through and bat at things, but it's a lot harder for him to chew on the lights and electrocute himself. So, hi. Oh, you gave up again. Yes. We're going to give it 3 days. And if he hasn't gotten through, then I'll feel safe enough to decorate.
Okay.
I might start tonight. We'll see. So, Eva says that her sleeping in is about 7:45 in the morning, but did manage 9 a.m. once. First time she's seen that in years. The kiddo slept till then, so she got 2 as well. Nice. I need to stop seeing 3 a.m. It's a problem. Eva says, so far only one cat seems to care about the tree, and he just chills under it, and the dog doesn't care about the tree, but also doesn't consider the tree while galloping through the house. So, hi. Yeah, we're talking about you.
We've got a tree that we've had up for years. It's about 18 inches tall and is artificial. So,
nice. Yeah.
In the season, we like actually think about plugging it in. The rest of the time, it just sits there.
Gotcha. Yeah, last year I had to put my tree in the sunroom and close the door, but since people are using the sunroom and I felt like, you know, those ads where they have the kid looking in through the window and they're locked away from the Christmas. And that's what it felt like in my own house like that. And I have a fireplace. The tree is supposed to go next to the fireplace. That's the rule. So
okay.
I'm hopeful. So plus I can see it. It's right there. And yeah. So Eva says, when the child was little, we did use a room with French doors and had several trees in there like a display. Yeah.
Hi.
And then put up a simple pre-lit one for presents night of. Yeah, my family was always, you put the presents under the tree as they get ready, although these days I get ready a lot sooner. I've definitely, when I was younger, wrapped gifts night of. I think that's my normal pre-Christmas dream is like having forgotten somebody and scrounging around my house, seeing what I've left in my childhood bedroom that could be made do as a gift.
Yeah.
Although honestly, these days it'd be like, oh, I left it at home. I'll get it for you later and then buy something, you know? Because I have honestly left gifts at my house when driving, you know, to somebody else's house or whatever. So. And I've got my In a World Full of Grinches, Be Cindy Lou Who shirt on today.
Oh, that's very sweet.
So I am so ready for the holiday season. But yeah, I know it's not everybody's thing. So, but I enjoy it and I'm super excited. So, oh yeah, Eva says the dog and the child wouldn't leave the presents alone, and it's not a battle I want to pick this year. It's just 3 of us plus my mother's gift under the tree, easy to keep track. So,
and Mama Wood.
Hello. And Devin says, I hate wrapping and save it until Christmas Eve. I have a friend who, instead of wrapping, gets a lot of rolls of aluminum foil and folds it around the gift. Like, you don't even need tape half the time.
I don't know. My family is like,
who it's from.
My family is spread all over the country, so we get a lot of wrapping from Amazon, which usually means that it's tucked in a bag with a nice drawstring. Which, you know, we start when we got some big gifts in these kind of bags, we start saving them. And it's like, you need a quick gift wrap. Pull out an Amazon bag, throw it in there, put on a new tag. We're done.
We're kind of in the same boat. Yeah.
Yeah. They're so effective. It's recycling. It's environmentally safe.
It is. It's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's still NaNoWriMo, and I think a lot of us have some words or some projects to work on. If you are joining me, let me know what you're working on today. Give you a minute. Aw, Catticus laid down on the desk next to me because he's a good boy. I got to see my puppy brother again, the one who's still wagging his tail, and I think I'm his new favorite person.
Oh,
He did not leave my side if he could avoid it the entire time I was visiting my mother. And Mom's like, he's been crashing with me since, I could leave him not pinned up in the kitchen all night. And nope. He took my side of the bed. I had to go to the side I don't normally sleep on. Punk.
Are you sure he wasn't saying, take me with you, get me out of here?
No. Poor puppy gets car sick.
Oh.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Well, puppies aren't notoriously forward-thinking.
So let's see. Eva says, the mom will visit and we'll do an early holiday night. And then we do a Yule with my best gal pal, tacos and generosity, no gifts. And then Xmas is just the three of us. So
Nice.
Maven Maverick. There you guys go again, trying to get me to get more words.
Yep, that's us. Pushing words.
We've been found out.
Eva says she loves wrapping, but also tends to wait until the final moments. I have so many gifts to put under the tree that I already bought and wrapped because I don't know. This year I'm just, I think I was procrastinating to avoid my words.
So
how'd
that work out for you?
They're all wrapped and I got my words in by 3 a.m. So yeah. Eva is working on her middle grade paranormal book 3, More Mystery Than Spook. Early into things, chapter 2 of a 13 chapter outline. Wanted to be done today, but has had a good weekend.
Nice.
Yay. For Mavin, Mavin was visiting her mom in October, and within the first few minutes, one of her dogs was laying on the lap. And for Mama Maggie, I try to wrap things ahead of time, but then I have to keep the wrapped presents in a tote with a lid because the pets destroy the present.
Oh.
Procrastinating. I saw on Facebook somebody saying that they put the wrapped gifts into the Christmas tree box as they come in.
Oh. That is a smart.
Yeah. I was like, that's not too, especially if you've got to keep it away from, prying eyes or people who want to eat all the ribbons and bows.
Yeah, ours have never been much for going after ribbons and bows, but yeah, we usually end up with a pile of things in front of whatever table the tree is sitting on. Yeah.
That makes sense. So, okay. Well, let me go ahead and pull out my timer and let's get started.
Sounds good.
Timer. 22 minutes. Okay. Share screen. Share system audio. Chrome tab. And let's do it.
Dun, dun, dun.
In. Oh. Devin had a cat that ate tinsel.
Yeah, I used to have a cat that had that ate tinsel and Easter grass.
That's why I have garland and ribbons and no tinsel.
Yeah, I always hate the tinsel that you just kind of fling at the tree and it's there in individual strands because it's like, okay, it might look pretty on the tree, but the cats are going to eat it. And then eventually you have to take all that off. And it ends up on the floor and getting sucked up in the vacuum cleaner and ruining.
And it wraps around the thing, so you have to cut it out.
Yeah.
So
it's like the glitter of Christmas trees.
Mama Maggie. Then the litter box was ready for the holiday with all the tinsel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it got stuck in the butt. Oh no.
It didn't get stuck in the butt. It got stuck halfway out of the butt. Why is the cat
Yeah.
running around? Tinsel.
My cat has had that a couple times with some grass that he's eaten from some of my plants.
Yeah.
It's never pleasant for either of us when he needs an assist on that one.
Oh.
So Eva doesn't use Tencel after it ruined a vacuum for me, but it's so pretty.
Yep.
Here's an idea. If you really like the look of it, get one of those silver trees.
Or
I need a
deal with
silver
garland.
tree.
Settle for garland.
Yeah. But cats still might eat the garland.
Yes.
My garland is painted wooden beads and then like really fat, thick ribbon. So a little harder for him to like. It's thicker than like his play ribbons.
But the difference is you've got tinsel that's in strands like that, or you've got garland, which is this wide, and then they bite chunks off of it. So it's a little much smaller as it goes through their system and less likely to cause damage.
Less likely to get tangled.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it in 3, 2, 1, boom. Chaka laka laka. And we're back. I did not get much done. I got about 72 words, and my cat gnawed on my arm, and my roommate swung back by, and I drank a very small pterodactyl of eggnog.
Ooh, you have eggnog.
So that was my sprint. Maybe not the best. How was yours?
Let's see. I'm still plugging away through the first chapter, but this is, of course, the place where all the editors' comments are about. You should put more description in here. Describe this reaction. Describe the other thing. Give history about what happened in Prague, because so it will be boring for the people who read that book. No.
I mean, you might want to reference to remind people, but putting the whole thing in is clunky. I don't mind it so much as like a 2-paragraph at the beginning of like the second chapter. Have you seen that done?
I don't think so. Actually, I've got a place in mind that would either be that is either going to be near the end of the first chapter or somewhere in the second chapter that I think might make more sense for recapping important events from the previous book.
Okay.
But it's kind of weird. It is, I've got some things that say, erase all mentions of Prague, and other things that say, tell us what happened up front. And it's like, make up your mind.
Yeah. You do want mostly standalone, I think, for the style of book you're writing.
Yeah.
But
I
relationships have grown and connections have been formed, so we don't want to be like we sprung in. There's a lot of world building that you have to do.
I want hooks in there that point to the previous book and show that these people have been affected by the things that happened to them.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to know exactly what happened in order to enjoy this book. So
Right. Yeah. So popping to the comments, I see QWordy Q swung by. Hello and welcome. We're working on our NaNoWriMo and just finished a word sprint. Sako was saying that she has a pre-lit tree that's totally burnt out. You know what you can do with burnt-out pre-lit trees? Put strings of lights on them.
That's what I did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that my Christmas tree behind me at some point will have to be colors tree, because it can do both, but I prefer the white lights. So that's what it's been on since like before the pandemic. I mean, it comes down usually just in time for Puppy Bowl. While I'm watching the Puppy Bowl, cute puppies help like soothe my soul when I have to take down my tree.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, but yeah. But I think that means these are more likely to burn out, and then I can switch over to the other lights and still have a tree. So, yay! Desdemona swung by. Hello and welcome. And
hello.
Appropriately enjoys eggnog as well, even if she doesn't drink it out of pterodactyl cups.
I am totally with Desdemona there. I absolutely love eggnog, and unfortunately, I have none.
We have almond milk eggnog.
Yeah, mine's oat. It wasn't amazing.
I'm gonna give it a shot and hope for the best.
Good luck. I think it doesn't help that I splurged and had an actual eggnog milkshake today. So you know how eggnog is creamy, and milkshakes are even creamier. So that made this feel extra thin. So oh yeah, Desdemona swung by from the Nanites Discord. That's
right on.
Northern Virginia Discord writing group.
Yep.
So, okay, popping back to the comments. Mama Maggie got 434 words, bringing her up to 68,188 words for How I Became a Crazy Cat Lady to Survive the Zompocalypse.
Zompocalypse.
QWordy Q is gaining motivation while toiling with their Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, fun.
So, Mama Maggie says you don't want a Prague slog. I see what you did there. But still see the scenery. So, Eva says, yeah, it's just taking the other lights off was the only thing. Yeah. So, Andy says, those suggestions sound very familiar. So he got in 505-ish words and an
Nice.
extended hugging session with Zoe.
Oh,
Understandable. So, and Eva just got new lights. They can be color or white. Eva also prefers the white, but the child likes the colors. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I think my issue is the LED selection of colors for the trees are a cooler spectrum than I prefer.
Oh, really?
I think I want it a warmer lights. So
I got the LEDs on my tree right now, and they're quite warm.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually you see like the blues and the purples and that cooler side of the light spectrum.
Mm.
So, I mean, I can always switch mine over and let you enjoy. So Desdemona is right now editing last year's Nano manuscript for Nano this year, but started at the end of my last sprint. So not a lot of words, but next sprint.
Yeah.
Nano Edmo.
Nano Edmo lives.
So Eva says this for lights. This one has warm white and color. The tree itself is very full, and we could probably do with another strand, but it is what it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So how was your sprint, Sako?
I had a brief emergency where I had to go take care of something, and now I'm back.
Excellent.
I have the first minute or so of my Skillshare class. I think I have footage for. So I gotta basically wear the same shirt tomorrow, and
It happens.
there was only so much daylight today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing for Vlogmas, but I have a confession. I usually do 4 or 5 Vlogmases in a row, and I'll just be like swapping shirts. Occasionally, switch
Do
up
it in bulk. Yeah.
switch up the eyeshadow, change the part a little bit, and keep rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Just as long as you make sure you're wearing a shirt before you start filming. So
I usually review it before it goes up. So if anybody has a really good writing inspired Vlogmas,
Not that it's
yeah.
writing inspired, but
it's so hard.
other than the tags, there's like a whole bunch of tags.
Like what? I'm confused now. Just doing tags for the
For
vlog.
for Vlogmas. Like half of Vlogmas are easily done by tags.
Okay, maybe I'll try more tags. So I'll look into it.
So that you tell more stories while
Right.
you're doing like holiday things.
Right. Okay. So okay. Popping in, let's see, to the comments. Mama Maggie says hashtag Nano Edmo. Yeah. And Maven also had to step away, but got 350. I got 72. So hopefully this will be a better sprint.
So 350 is totally respectable. Right?
I mean, Catticus was gnawing on my arm and demanding love. So
demanding love.
I mean, he's a good kitty. So Devin got some food. Oh, what is everybody's snacks today? This stream was brought to you by
Indulgence check mix.
Okay.
There are tortilla chips in the kitchen that I might help myself to a handful of come the next sprint.
Sure. Okay. I'm almost done with my Lent truffles, but then again, we're 3 days from the end of the month, so I didn't go through them too fast. I thought I'd be out, and but nope. There's still. I mean, they're my least favorite of the flavors that I ended up with. I mean, I still like them, but
yeah,
because it's a little on the sweet side. I think it's the almond butter ones and the hazelnut ones are a little on the sweet side. So So sometimes I like to eat them with chips. So I get the sweet and the salty.
Yeah, for
And it
sure.
offsets it nicely.
Oh, so one thing I discovered recently was we get the Ghirardelli's milk chocolate covered caramels and the squares, and I would take one of those, and I would take a Rice Krispie treat and
Okay.
stack the chocolate on top of the Rice Krispie treat and eat that together, and it's like, oh, that's good.
Oh
That's
my
so
goodness. Wow.
That's
My
more sugar than I think I could handle.
My teeth kind of hurt a little bit thinking about it. So popping in to the comments. Hello, Jennifer Brown, swinging by from Books by Adrian Stream.
Nice.
And Maven doesn't have any snacks, but does have options. Is contemplating the peppermint bark.
Nice.
Love peppermint
Always.
bark too. I've got peppermint bark pretzels that I'm trying to hold off until December before I break open.
Nice.
Celebrate the end of Nano. So Q-wordy Q had a Christmas cookie and an energy drink because they're trying to wake themselves up after running so many errands this morning. And Desdemona just ate pasta via TV dinner because I wasn't in the mood to cook, and is now drinking cherry Pepsi and rum. Ooh.
Hell yeah. I could definitely use a drink after my day today.
I went by the brother-in-law's to pick up leftover turkey, and my week is going to be full of turkey sandwiches because my favorite way to have Thanksgiving turkey is leftovers in turkey form. And so I'm very excited for my dinner tonight because
Nice.
I like sandwiches.
I had a turkey sandwich for lunch, but it was in no way related to leftovers because we had shepherd's pie for Thanksgiving. So
I do love a good shepherd's pie. Next time I go to the store, I should just, get
the things for it.
They have them at Costco. They're huge.
Maybe Wegmans has like the pre-mades.
Mm.
I will think on it. So, okay. Devin says that his dinner was, or supper, sorry, was fish and chips. So, with or without tartar sauce.
Or malt vinegar.
Or malt vinegar. Yas. Fist bump.
Desdemona says that Ghirardelli's peppermint bark choco squares are pretty amazing too.
Yep.
Yeah,
they are.
I bet.
But we have a hard time keeping those in the house. My wife snacks on.
I mean, throw her under the bus for that one.
I have to. I don't get that many of them.
Maven says that's what she's got in the house. Oh, fish and chips with no sauce. Okay, that's an option. I forgot that was an option. Mostly, I have had that option, but usually if I'm out of tartar sauce, I'll just go with ketchup. I was like, just a little dip. When I dip, you dip.
See, I'm still trying to get used to the malt vinegar. I've had it on the fries, but I haven't really done the malt vinegar on the chips themselves. But
either on the chips or on the fish itself.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think it's time for a writing sprint where I get over. I'm thinking triple digit words this time for me.
I was just saying, so you're going to finish Nano this afternoon?
No. I'm 2 days and 200 words away. So I'm hoping I'll finish with like 200 extra words today. So I'm actually one day, I want to finish on Monday, but we'll see. I'm going to write every day because I also like getting the badge where it's you did 1667 every day. So I like to get that badge too.
Cool.
So even if it's 4 a.m. So, okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka-laka.
Woohoo.
And we're back.
Woo.
How was your sprint?
Good. I had a snack. I made some iced tea. Well, I made some tea that will be iced. Hello, Jen writes romance.
Yay!
It is a Sako sighting.
It is.
I can tell because I can see it's Sako.
Right? So,
Likewise, I got ice and drink. And spent a good chunk of the time wrestling with a section of future history and how to weave it more naturally into the flow of events while describing the history that influenced the events.
right. Yeah.
It's one of those necessary world building pieces that isn't always so easy to work in smoothly.
Yeah. So here's my box of truffles that I
I'm
get for
jealous.
each nano. And that's how many I have left, which, considering how many days we have left, puts me right on target.
I was going to say, is that a secret toy surprise in the bottom? I saw something rectangular.
Yeah, it's the order again.
Oh, okay.
So I had my 3 truffles for today. I had 2 of these slightly too sweet almond butter ones. And then I had to finish off my favorite 70% dark chocolate truffle. And I got 300 words in. And I figured out what my heart spirit looks like. And I decided to, do a little research on magical properties of teas. So
Nice.
anybody, has more information on that, I might hit you up after the stream, Sako. Do you do anything with teas? I don't know. I don't drink tea. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me pop into the comments. Just as we were going on break, Desdemona said that they always write late, then forget to put their words in before midnight and kill their streaks. You can fix that.
Yep.
If you can edit the day. If you go to the site and the stats page and you hit on the sidebar, it says progress update dates, and then it says add a new update. You can change which day you're updating. And the only tricky part is that you can only put how many new words you did, not how many words you have total, which is what I normally do with a quick add at the top. So I've accidentally added, I did 45,000 words today. Oh, wait, no. And then I hit the little, there's a little delete button right there. But yeah, I always give myself credit for the day I woke up in and not the time of night I finish, except for the 30th. I want to finish within the time frame given.
Got to finish before midnight.
Yeah, because I don't start writing until midnight. So the time frame I stick to, but I count it for whatever day I woke up on. So, oh my goodness, Andy had a brownout. So it looks like his power's back. So hopefully it stays up because it's a little chilly out.
Yeah.
QWordy Q is almost done cleaning up their Excel spreadsheet. Who doesn't like a good Excel spreadsheet? Wrong people.
I guess I'm wrong.
You don't like a good Excel spreadsheet? Do you have any good? Maybe you just have bad spreadsheets. Maybe that's the problem.
They're bad spreadsheets and they need to be punished.
I think part of my problem is I'm very metric driven. So I like seeing the numbers go up, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
So,
I do have a like NaNoWriMo centric tracker that is an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
But like it's a little buggy and like I might as well just use the website sometimes.
I was going to say, I just always use the website because they've got some really good tools there.
Yeah.
Stats for you.
I used a lot of spreadsheets when I was revising my space fantasy because I was tracking how many words per chapter between the 3 different characters and trying to balance that a little better and fix the pacing on that. So, and I like to, track how many pages I've edited so I can see my progress, because sometimes it feels like you're spinning your wheels, and progress always makes me feel better. But I know that's not a good motivator for everyone. So Desdemona edited through 384 words. That's awesome.
Nice.
Jen is also in editing hell today. Maven Maverick finished another chapter and went back to work on another, revising it. It's Nano.
It's Edmo for some of us.
For some, but not for Maven.
Oh.
So she's one of my municipal liaisons for my local Nano group. So and I'm going to join Desdemona in wishing Jen Wright's romance good luck. So it's tough, but worth it. Yeah. Hello, Dystopia of Utopia. I don't think you've been to my stream before, but welcome, unless you've changed your name.
Yeah.
It's Wordfall righties. Autumn. Hello, change your name. Okay, that makes sense. So Maven says, only that tea can cure everything. I'm not British enough for that. And occasionally they try to take away my Southern card because I don't even do sweet tea. But as I'm the pickiest beverage drinker that ever drank a beverage, I also don't do hot tea. So they can't, scold me on that one.
Oh, sure we can. No.
I mean, yeah. So Andy got 304 words because of the power flickering, etc. So
I think with the power flickering and still getting 300 words,
that's how many I got with choice. No flickering.
Well, that's because one uses devices that have their own built-in batteries, so even if the power goes out, you can still write for a while.
Yeah. So Jen likes my lipstick. So thank you. Mama Maggie switched to dictation and then gave up after having to repeat herself over and over and only getting 169 words. I find dictation works better if A, I don't sound excited, and B, occasionally I use a mansetto because they do a lot of testing in-house and a lot of tech companies have more guys. So I'll do I switched to dictation and then gave up after having to repeat myself over and over. That'll be the voice I use to get the voice to text to understand me.
That's
and
your
my boyfriend's, well, I can do a deeper one, but it doesn't usually need that much. So, sorry. My throat's
At least it wasn't a turtle, right?
I do an excellent turtle voice, so I don't know what you're talking about. My turtle is amazing. Amazing. Sorry. Qwordy says that the way to their heart is a beautifully formatted Excel spreadsheet. So, Maggie asks, how is your espresso holding out? Good question. Pretty good. Editing will kill the buzz and I'll move to something else. So, okay. Maven's Nano spreadsheet has the count for each chapter, and she does some math stuff to see how ahead or behind she is.
Right on.
And Nicole is here. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Nikki.
So Maven says this is adding words. Part of it came from another chapter, and she's switching point of view and adding more stuff in.
Nice.
I hear you. So Maven says only black or unsweetened tea for me. Hot or iced is fine though. And everybody shouts, Kitty! Which one is this?
This is Trill. She is
Hi,
the main
Trill.
coon, and she is a beautiful girl that decides that she likes to stand in the middle of my chest while I'm doing things.
Okay. Mama Maggie asks or says, Kitty, all hail the feline overlords.
Indeed.
I'm just happy that my feline overlord is letting me type now. So
I was overwhelmed with. So I had gotten a bowl with some chips in it, and both cats were very interested in what I had in my bowl. And they were like crowding around me, and I had to redirect everybody. Just go that way. Go that way.
Nice. Nice. Desdemona says Meop. That's what they call their kitties.
Oh, they call them moops.
Mama Maggie says that she thinks the sounds of the house are confusing the software because the washer and the dishwasher are running.
That happens. Yeah.
And it also gives her fits when she's tired because her Texas shows up.
Oh.
So Jen writes romance. Says she knows she should try dictation, but the idea makes her cringe. I've done it before. It requires a lot more editing though, and I usually have to edit within a day or two so I know what it was meant to say, or I'll be totally flabbergasted. So I use it more for notes than words.
I mostly use dictation when I'm doing text messages or messenger messages or whatever. I often, for writing, like I write my sentences kind of out over sometimes. So I would end up juggling my words like crazy if I tried to dictate like actual writing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm just starting to get used to doing voice to text for text messaging, but anything longer, it's just I'm gonna stumble somewhere and need to think, and then it's gonna stop.
I actually kept a couple scenes that I used it for with my space fantasy because I was super stuck, and dictation helped me start moving forward again. Partially because the story was going in the wrong direction, but that's beside the point. One of those scenes definitely is still in there. One of the things I did do though was I used an analogous name that had the same like starting sound, but voice to text could figure out what I meant because my names were not natural, standard English dictionary names.
Right.
So rather than having it totally butcher what I meant to say, instead of Jory, I said Jerry. Instead of Jana, I said Jenny, that kind of thing.
Right.
So, let's see. So, hello, Stephanie's here.
Hi, Stephanie.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you have an iPhone, they have updated their voice to text. And you can type while you're dictating.
Oh, yeah. I can't, like, if I'm on the phone with somebody, I can't dictate a note or anything.
Oh, no, nothing like that. But I mean, like, you can like dictate while you're typing.
It used to be you were either in voice mode or you were in text mode, and now they've come up with a dual mode where it'll be putting your voice into text, and you can use the keyboard to correct it as you're still talking.
That's good. I'm still bitter about the fact that they took out the suggestions for voice to text, and they're using the Swipo voice to text suggestions if they get it wrong. Because words that sound the same are not necessarily words that you can Swipo on.
I think I need to start using the word also instead of the word to, like TOO, because it does TO every time.
Yeah.
Every
it's
time.
Frustrating.
It is.
So, we got a lot of comments. Let me bounce through them real quick. Desdemona says, it's nap time around here, which is nice because I have 2 cats and a grumpy little dog. There are a lot of distractions when they're all awake.
Oh, I bet.
Doc spelled out Trill for people who were curious. Mama Maggie has Maine Coon and Cat Lady. His name is Boris Wolfman.
That is a wonderful name.
Stephanie, who joined us, would like to try dictation, but the problem is their house is not quiet enough for book things.
Yeah.
Desdemona has a somewhat higher pitched voice and sounds like a kid on the phone, so usually skips any voice software since a lot of things have have a hard time hearing Desdemona.
Okay.
Mama Maggie says half the time when she says comma, it puts in the word common.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Stephanie says messaging, I dictate a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have similar problems with trying to do other punctuation, because it's like I don't know if I need to say quote, unquote, question mark, exclamation point, and it's like I just stop and then wait for and then grab the keyboard and fix it.
with the dictation update, it will do punctuation for you,
Yeah. And
which it didn't do before.
I know, and I'm starting to get used to that, but sometimes it still gets the punctuation wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Andy says his power flickered because a small plane crashed into some power lines. Big parts of Silver Spring only and Wheaton are out.
Oh, goodness.
Whoa.
So we're hoping it doesn't start a fire. It's so dry.
Actually, I don't know about.
Actually, it's raining here.
Andy's
Yeah.
part, but it's raining here. But
yeah. Mama Maggie says, I wonder if that's why my power flickered. We get electric out of Southeastern Co-op. Not sure.
Okay.
Andy said we've had rain, so fire's not a concern. Passengers are okay. It's been raining off and on all today. So, and Mama Maggie says, you're lucky. Got a skiff of dry snow, and that was it. Hoping the next storm brings us more moisture. Oh, a boat of dry snow. Yeah. So.
And quote equals boat. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It does seem like there have been a lot of airplane accidents recently. I saw something that keeps coming up in the news feeds about a mid-air collision between two planes.
So I think part of the problem is, especially for hobby pilots, is that a lot of the planes are from like the 70s or earlier. And because the prices have gone up and everything like that to bring it up to code. And I work with pilots, like that's like in my day job. So I know that there are some times that they cannot improve the safety or quality of their aircraft because it costs so much money to bring it up to code, and they can replace what they have, but they can't upgrade without going all the way up to the new standards. So they're stuck at the 70s in safety and, all the other sonar and I don't even know what else. But they're stuck at that because they can't afford the full upgrade. And they're currently at 6, current standards are like 30, and they can't go to 12 because if they upgrade at all, but they're grandfathered in so they can use what they're still using. And that's ridiculous. You should be able to upgrade, even if you can't afford to go all the way.
And people can't afford newer planes, so they keep doing the minimum to keep the old planes flying. And it's like, just flying has enough cost with it that it's a significant drain anyway.
Yeah. You've got to store the plane. The gas is super pricey, everything else. So, and every year they have to have a big annual physical, and it's just a lot.
Yeah,
so.
and to keep your pilot's license, you have to have so many hours in the air each year. So that's a constant rate of fuel burn and other fees.
Yeah. Nightbot would like to remind us to stretch.
It reminded me to do just that. Yeah.
That's about time. Last few streams, Nightbot has been down on the job. So at least Nightbot showed up once.
I thought Nightbot had eschewed my streams, but I'm glad he's back. I think Nightbot's a boy. I'm not sure.
I usually gender neutral lies Nightbot.
Okay.
They, them.
Gotcha. Okay. And Mama Maggie is 90 minutes from Olney Springs, so that makes sense. So, not that I have a clue where Olney Springs is, but I can Google it.
So now you have 2 points of data. You have a location and you have a distance. So
Olney and Olney Springs are two different places.
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Has updates, but it's a small aircraft hanging 100 feet in the air off Pepco Tower. Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's hanging off a Pepco Tower? Have a
That's
good
not
dinner while your electricity is still doing what it is. Oh my goodness. Stay safe and snuggle.
Stay safe.
So, for Mama Maggie, the pilot who lives north of them has a 1984 Cessna, and he uses his phone's GPS to verify. The installed GPS he got 10 years ago, he no longer gives lessons. Oh, which made my teen sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my
So
goodness.
my Himalayan is squirreling out, apparently.
It's really amazing how much the phone GPSs have progress past the dedicated GPS units.
Yeah. So,
It's the live updating that I really. That's why I went with the phone rather than the Garmin.
Oh well, I had a Garmin unit that I first got because I could use it both in the car and on my motorcycle. And I even got a special antenna so I could get traffic information.
Mm-hmm.
And when they started coming up with this stuff for my phone, it's like it quickly outpaced the Garmin to the point I didn't use the Garmin anymore.
Yeah.
well, we are. Oh, let's see. No, he's
He's in
only
Maryland.
Maryland, not only Colorado.
Yeah.
So, because they have 3 cities close together, but they're in Otero County. Yeah. No, we're Silver Spring, Maryland is part of the DC Beltway and is actually where my dad lives. So, fun fact. So, anyway, we hope the pilot's okay and that, things and stuff happen, but it's 6:15, so let's do another sprint.
Yeah.
Sure.
Time to squeeze one more in for that extra nano productivity.
Right? In 3, 2, 1, boom.
No fanfare.
Chakalaka-laka, chakalaka-laka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Looks like Sako rocked it out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with weaving history in without being preachy.
Okay. I got about 600 words, I think, so I'm not sad. I'm at about 1,000 for the day, so not done, but you know, definitely some good progress. And I'm figuring out how the whole story fits together because I'm in a semi-climactic scene. So I'm like, oh, that's how that worked? Wait, what? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Now I can fix the beginning. So yeah, I'm really liking how this scene is coming together, and it's informing so much of the hot mess of the first, 200 pages. Sorry, I am on page. What page am I on? My font is not like that. I only have 168 pages, so I will be nearing 200, I guess, when I get done. So, popping to the comments, Qwordy Q, woo, Excel sheet is done. Now my hyper focus can stop and work on something I actually need to do. And Qwordy can officially say they own 1,027 books and has like 30 on the way. They only had 4 minutes of writing after finishing the Excel, but got 189 words in that time. Oh my gosh.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Desdemona got 463, so that's
Nice.
good. Oh, I have to do shout outs. Thank you, Desdemona and Stephanie and Amy for following me. Yay!
Yay!
So, Stephanie did some free writing by hand about what happens next. Stephanie's brain works better that way than other than a keyboard.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I do a lot of my notes in a notebook as well. So, Nicole got no words, but did get some dinner in them, though. So, let us know if it was tasty. Qwordy Q is so close to finishing this short story, but it just won't end. Resolve yourself, dang it. I always hate when that happens. So, and Jen, of course, was at editing.
I was doing the same, but I was editing like video rather than
Okay.
Which is a whole nother dimension of difficulty.
Not difficult, but kind of tedious. And I think I have to break out my fancy microphone if I want to do voiceovers, because this mic is kind of potato.
Yeah.
Especially if you rub on it. No.
It is potato.
Oh. So Nicole said her dinner, it was tasty. Nicole had shrimp.
Nice.
Always delicious, at least for me, as long as it's healthy. The shrimp, not like judging healthiness of the meal, just saying bad shrimp is bad.
Bad shrimp is bad.
But it's like any shrimp you eat is going to be dead, so it's not going to be healthy.
Right. So, okay. Well, we are past 6:30, and I think dinner might be my next act. So,
right on.
Let's go ahead and say goodbye and where people can find us. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Howdy, neighbors. It's Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. In fact, I am working on a Skillshare class that pertains to marketing for authors. So you should drop by sometime. I would love to see you.
Nice. And I should have the links below if you're on YouTube. Otherwise, you can find her everywhere as Sako Tumi or Psycho Sako, and sometimes as Voit.
Indeed.
So, Doc?
And I am Doc Coleman. You can find me and my stuff by going to your favorite search engine and searching on Doc Coleman Steampunk. That will bring up my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also land you on my Amazon author page where you can look at all the things that I have published and read snippets of them and decide for yourself if it might be right for you or someone you love or someone you
Nice.
hate. I don't care. I just need to.
I'm going to pop into the comments real quick because Mama Maggie shared that they did some research on Pharaoh Nyoser Inu and his unusual statue portraits showing him standing by his younger self to work into her cat lady story. Plot twist, it is him with his brother's zombie. Dun dun dun. Perfectly preserved by Pharaoh's yeast. So pretty
Pharaoh's
tricky
yeast
there.
for your great brewing experience, right?
Right. So, okay. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I write fantasy. I've got a short story out there called Just a Hike in the Woods that was published in January by Dark Recesses Press. And this week I took a break from the podcast, but over on the blog, I have a Happy Thanksgiving shout out. And on the blog and the vlog, I talked about Black speculative poetry because I've started to get a little bit into poets. And I was at a convention and they were talking and they had a panel on this. And I wanted to widen my perspective and see what else was out there. So it was a really good panel. And I caught maybe 50% of the names they mentioned because names and titles are really hard to get when people are talking. And I am just really bad at that in general. And if you have any good Black speculative poets that you enjoy, please share it with me because I'd love to read more of them. So thank you all for joining us for the sprints. And yeah, and I'll be back next week for a little more low key productivity snacking stream. So over on Twitch, let's raid Travis's Writing Tavern because it looks like he's writing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start that raid. And thank you all for joining us. I hope the rest of your nano goes lovely, whether or not you're editing or snacking or actually getting those words in. So have a great rest of your month and see you again in December. So bye. Let me make sure the raid went through. Raid now. Okay, there we go.